Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along, you know we've been using this Smitty Built rooftop tent for years. Today we're going to tell you about our new tent. We recently purchased this lightweight carbon fiber wedge style rooftop tent from Inspired Overland. The tent comes with this dual foam and inflatable mattress that we used once already, and it's very comfortable. In our Smitty Built, we could fit 2 sleeping bags, our inflatable pillows, and a down comforter. So in this setup, we can't fit all of that, but we are attempting to fit 1 sleeping bag sprawled out on the bottom with the down comforter on top. And then of course we have our inflatable pillows. Under the mattress is an anti-condensation mat. Inside the tent, you have an entrance on either side, plus the back, and each one has a bug screen. And up on top, there's some storage. On the ceiling, there is more storage, lots of little sections here, and even a spot for your tablet. There's also a spot on either side to vent your diesel heater. One there, and one over there. So Trey is 6 feet tall. I see where his feet kind of touch the wedge end, and he has just enough room for his head at the wide end. And the problem with using the entrance at the wide end, Trey's going to demonstrate in the middle of the night, is you have to get up and you have a partner sitting next to you. It makes this a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, try turning around without munching them.
In your sleeping bag.
And then you gotta get your, oops, sorry. And you gotta get your feet that way.
And then you can go down the ladder. Luckily there are options for the ladder to mount on the sides as well. And then you just have to crawl over your partner. The main entrance also has a small awning to keep you dry. And then there are shoe bags on each side. There's an elastic band that fits around to hold everything taut while you use the strap to pull the tent down and the sides collapse. Our Smitty Built tent was very heavy and difficult for the 2 of us to move. We usually had to use the lift in the shop to get the job done. Lightweight carbon fiber inspired Overland tent weighs only 80 pounds and is very easy for 2 people to maneuver. It comes with a bag of various hardware, but no instructions.
Let's see if you have long enough bolts, you could use some bolts.
So it didn't come with installation instructions. Of course, they're probably going to vary on every setup. I'm assuming the different shaped brackets it came with were for different shaped racks. Since we've got a pretty big gap here with our big round tubing, if I actually stack both of these, it'll still give me a 1/2 inch or so of crush. And I was afraid without this bracket here, you can't really get it very tight, or it's just going to keep bending it. So we're going to try that out and see how it works.
This is the ladder mount that came on the tent, and then they also sent these extended ladder mounts. We're going to try and use that to see if we can also use our awning on the back of the tent. See how it works. We also needed enough clearance to be able to access the latches on the tent. So this is the temporary solution to mounting the awning. And that way it's in far enough that it doesn't impede with the ladder.
Well, we had to space it down so the latches could open.
Oh yeah, and the latches.
So we have been struggling with the inflation deflation system for the air mattress, mostly with deflating it because it's got the memory foam in there, and it's fighting you when you try to deflate it. So it really takes a powerful pump that seals well to do it. We had this one, and it just wouldn't seal against the valve, so we just couldn't get it to work. The Inspired Overland, when I contacted them, recommended this one from Flextail. It's a little rechargeable one. And it does have this adapter that works. It does have to be held firmly against it the whole time. It doesn't lock on or anything. And it's not nearly powerful enough to collapse the mattress enough to close it without excessive force. So that was kind of a fail. So we bought the paddleboard one, and it comes with a variety of adapters here. And this one does work, but you have to hold it very firmly against the valve the whole time, and it doesn't seal very well. So we're going to try cutting off this one. It can't protrude in the hole or it hits that orange disc in there, that the little valve. So I'm going to try cutting this one off with a hacksaw, and I'm hoping the silicone seal here will make the process simpler. We'll find out. There is a rubber seal right here, but we've never been able to get it, even using a 5-horse shop vac, compressed enough to make contact. All right, here's the cover. I don't see us using that much because it's really kind of a disaster. It is the first time we put it on, but it took longer than folding up the whole Smitty Built tent. And with the extended ladder mounts that were included, it really puts a lot of pressure on the cover. It's probably gonna rip a hole in it. It just takes a long time. It's got these metal clips, and you have to loosen the buckle and get slack, and then the clips clip up under here. But it really doesn't seem like a great design. When you put it on, you've got all these metal clips hanging all over. So if you care about your car or the aesthetics of the carbon fiber, it's probably not the best solution.
While we didn't calculate miles per gallon increase, it's safe to say that the sleek, low-profile design of the new tent will cause less wind resistance and increase miles per gallon. Our truck is shaped like a brick, so we resigned to bad gas mileage long ago. What is important to us is a quick and easy setup and tear down at camp. As you can see, the initial setup is very fast, but then you have to wait for the mattress to inflate, and that slows things down considerably. We compared it to our Smitty Built tent, and the setup time was much faster.
That was pretty fast.
The closing of the tent is what really slows down the process because it takes so long to deflate the mattress enough to close the tent without causing too much force on the carbon fiber top. Trey did come up with this temporary solution to seal the hose to the mattress so that inflation and deflation can be done hands-free, and that time can be spent on other camp tasks. We compare it to our Smitty Built tent, where the put-away time is much faster. Overall, the inspired Overland tent has a comfortable mattress, it's low profile and lightweight, it's probably better in wind, and there's no Velcro to freeze during winter camping. Their customer service is very responsive, probably some of the best we've ever dealt with, and the hardware and latches are nice and sturdy. So if lightweight and low profile are your top priorities, this is probably the tent for you. The cons of the tent are that there's less room inside and the carbon fiber can be damaged from sun, so they include a cover, but it's difficult to install. The top of our tent visibly bows in the center, and it could be from the upward pressure from the gas struts, but it causes the top and bottom shells to have a visible gap, which would cause the tent to get wet if it was stored outside without a cover. Ingress and egress is more difficult since the ladder is either at your head or you have to climb over your camping partner if it's mounted on the side. Inflating and deflating the mattress is slow, especially deflating against the foam. It'd be great if the deflator could attach and not have to be held the entire time. We're getting ready to try this tent out on a 10-day overland trip very soon, and we'll get a chance to figure out how to make it work best for us. Be sure to subscribe and follow along on that adventure, and the next time you see us, we'll be on the trail. Thanks for watching.